Hello, my name is aleccarmoega, and this is my model of communication. First off, I want to say the importance of communication is that we use it almost every day of our life. Whether it's from talking, texting, or even over social media, we communicate with someone every single day, and we even communicate with ourselves. I'll get into that later. Without communication, we wouldn't be where we are today. We use it so much to build things, not only physical things, but we build relationships by communicating. Um, we also build trust and respect between two people, whether it's an employee, co-worker, or even a family member. Um, Another important reason communication is so big is that it keeps two people or even a group of people close and on the same page, and just makes everything run more smoothly when you communicate. There are different forms of communication. First off is intrapersonal. Don't get that confused with interpersonal. We'll talk about that later also. Intrapersonal is the communication with oneself internally, like thinking of something, thinking of what you're going to say before you say it is intrapersonal, and just pretty much talking to yourself. And that's also really important. If you might not think so, but it's very important. Interpersonal is a communication between someone else other than yourself that is very on a personal level, like between you and another person. People who it influences one another when you talk in an interpersonal communication way. This builds and keeps and could even end a relationship. A big part of interpersonal is a relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever you think. Another form of communication is group communication. This is between 3 or more people. Usually do this in school, maybe at work, small work group. Not a lot of people like this. It can be hard at times, but in an academic setting or a work setting, you can get a lot done with 3 or more people and having group communication. Another form is public communication. This is like public speaking. It's really a different type of communication. It's more center-focused form of communication that we've talked about today, in which one person is typically responsible for conveying information to an audience. So anyone talking, like President Donald Trump talking to a group of people, is public speaking. Maybe people don't like this, but it is easily overcome once you start doing it. Not that hard. This type of communication, public speaking communication, is more goal oriented, if you'd like to say, than any other form that we have talked about. Lastly, mass communication is when communication becomes transmitted over social media or a print. If you use a lot of social media, then you are mass communicating. Or if you use during work, you can send out emails and stuff, and that's mass communication between everyone. Lastly, my third topic is examples where communication is used. Now this is big because communication is used almost everywhere, but mainly it is used in business. Business is huge communication, whether it's foreign business, domestic business, whatever. Obviously communication in business is a huge key to success. In business, all forms of communication are used, from intrapersonal to mass communication. Like I said, emailing everyone through the office and everything like that is mass communication. Public relations is another form of communication that we use. When in public relationships, you could use talking about one single person or a group. Public relations is a very big part in communication because it makes sure everyone is happy with a certain product, Also, if that person has any questions, they can just reach out to public relations, and that's another way of communication. Another type of example for communication is that we use every day is public relation, or not public media. The media is huge because if we watch the news, they communicate to us what is going on in the world and things like that. Lastly, the government and law enforcement. That is a huge part in today's society, and they communicate to us, keep us in line, keep everyone safe. And these are my main focuses on communication.